You're listening to JFDI with the two Lauras, the podcast for social media freelancers who want to get more visible, streamline their systems, master their mindset, and make more sales. I'm Laura Davis, and alongside my co-host Laura Moore, we're on a mission to make working as a freelancer easier, because working from home shouldn't mean working alone. We believe relying solely on long-term clients is a big mistake. It means your bank balance is capped and puts your income at risk when a client cancels. We're on a mission to help you avoid the retainer trap, and we want you to build a more flexible business, which means you can make more money without working with more retainer clients. If you're worried about being stuck in the retainer trap, then membership is the place to be. Inside, we give you the systems, training, support and accountability to build out new offers that don't mean taking on more long-term clients and commitments. You get monthly training from world-class experts in their field. You get coaching and support from both us and our incredible community of hundreds of other social media freelancers. And to make your life even easier, you also get access to Hubsy, the only software you need to run your business. So whether you need to send an invoice, schedule your content, manage your email marketing, or set up a website or sales page, we've got you covered. Annual membership costs less than £3 a day, and all the details are in the description. Now, on with the show.
On the show today, I want to talk about how you can create a group offer in a day. And I know that might sound a bit ambitious, but stick with me here. Before I get onto it, I want to explain to you what we mean by a group offer. If you've been in our world for a while, you probably would have heard Laura and I talk about the offer triangle many times. This is a business framework that we have worked with for years, long before it was called the offer triangle. And it's a framework that we teach social media freelancers because it helps you to build a more sustainable business. So let me just back up a minute and explain what the purpose of the offer triangle is for. Most social media managers only offer social media management or some other long-term kind of service maybe alongside it. So some people, for example, might also offer email marketing to their clients. But it's a long-term service whereby you're doing the work and you're maybe working with a handful of clients. And that's brilliant. It means you've got money coming in month after month. Fabulous. However, it also means that all of your income relies on a handful of clients, which means that it's at risk because one of those clients or two or however many of them could decide, actually, we're going to take this in-house, or their business might go bust or whatever it is, and you could lose that contract at any time. And it also means that because you can only work with a certain number of clients at a time, your income becomes capped, right? It's impossible to earn more unless you put your fees up. So what we want to make sure that happens is that you never get stuck in what we call the retainer trap. So you're stuck with that risk that you could lose your income, and you're stuck with the risk that your income is capped. So in order to avoid that, we use what we call the offer triangle. So the offer triangle is 3 different types of income that come into your business. The first one is the long-term recurring income. So that would be your social media management clients. It could also be a membership though, or a subscription. So it's something where people are paying you month after month. The second point is your one-to-one offers. So that would be where you are working with one client on a one-time kind of basis in one invoice. So maybe you are doing a strategy for them or you're doing an audit for them. They pay you for that. You do the job's done. And then the third point is your group offer. Now, a group offer is where you have something that a group of different people or different business owners all buy from you without you having to change it and make it bespoke for everyone. So everyone gets the same thing. They typically all pay the same price, but it might be that there's like VIP versions of it or different versions because of different things being in bundles, but you're not doing more work to change it for them because everyone's getting the same thing. So as an example, the Social Media Manager's Toolkit would be a group offer because everyone gets the same version of it. We've also got various smaller things that might be a group offer. It could be a course, it could be a digital product, it could be template packs. Like there are so many different things that it could be as a group offer. And in today's podcast, I want to talk to you about how you could create one of those group offers in a day. Because most of the time what we see is that we tell people that they need a group offer. People then think about it for a really long time. They have it on their radar. They know they need to do it. And then they overthink it, they overcomplicate it, they never get round to it. Because most people think that a group offer has to be a really in-depth course or a massive bunch of templates and everything has to be perfect and look amazing and recorded perfectly if it's videos and, you have to have your hair and makeup done, yada, yada, yada. And none of those things are true. Yes, at some point, these things could be perfect, but to get a group offer out into the world, it doesn't have to be. When we very first launched the Social Media Managers Toolkit back in 2019, we started working on it in 2018. When we very first launched it, it was nothing like it is now. Nothing like it is now. And in actual fact, when we very first started creating it, it was going to be a PDF. So it was going to be very different. But the very first iteration of it was on a different platform. I don't even know that it really had any videos. I think it was mostly just templates, and they were things that we literally had pulled out of our business. We didn't make any changes to them whatsoever. They were literally exactly as we were using in our business. Over time, we've hired designers to make the templates look better. We have recorded more videos and then re-recorded them and then re-recorded them again. Like, we've changed things over and over and over to keep up with our changing standards, to keep up with the times, to, so that we could increase prices, so that we could attract different people, all of those sorts of things. But we would never have been able to do those things if we hadn't got it out into the world in the first place. And in order to get something out into the world in the first place, you need to make it easy. I can guarantee that you are probably sitting on, not literally, but you're probably sitting on a lot of things in your business that you could put out as a group offer right now. And you could probably go and get this done in a day, maybe not today, but, within the next few weeks, you could get this done and get it out on sale. And so what I want you to encourage you to do is look at what you've got in your business already that you use a lot, maybe with clients, or that you give to people, that you could repurpose, if you like. Like, we're all always repurposing content. Let's repurpose our business assets too. So things that you might want to think about is go into your Google Drive and look at what it is you use with clients. So maybe you've got in your Google Drive some sort of content planning system, or maybe it's in an Airtable or wherever it is. Maybe you've got some sort of content planning system that you use all the time and you know it really works. Maybe you've got a bunch of Canva templates that you created, maybe for your own business, and you know that they're great, and you could repurpose those. You could change them a little bit maybe, or not, and you could sell those. Anything that you sell all the time and that you know works and that you know will work for your current audience, put it out on sale. Now, what you can do though is you can tweak and change those things fairly easily to still be able to get them out on sale really quickly. So for example, if I say the Canva templates that I was just saying to you before, maybe you've got a load of Canva templates that you use for your own business, so they're on brand for you, but you could probably tweak those really easily by changing the colours, changing the fonts, maybe adding in a couple of different slides in a carousel pack, for example, and those things could be ready and good to go straight away, right? That wouldn't take you very long. It could be that you have got something that you use all the time and you don't really know that you want to give it to somebody in that format. And you could go and use, for example, if you're a Hubsy user, you could use our AI studio and turn it into some sort of like tiny tool in there that's like an interactive tool perhaps, right? So there's loads of different ways that you can change what you've already got to turn it into something you could sell. And of course, I know the actual thing that you're selling is only one part of it. There are other things that you've got to do to get it on sale. But that's like the first step, isn't it? Deciding what it is that you're going to sell and put it out into the world. Maybe you've previously taught a masterclass and the recording for that is sitting in your Google Drive and it's been there for months and you've never done anything with it. Go and create a sales page and get it out on sale. If people enjoyed it the first time, there's no reason that more people wouldn't benefit from it. And I think we're all guilty of not using what we've already got and thinking that we need to create more stuff. We absolutely don't. We can repurpose what we've already got, tweak it, change it, or just put it out on sale as it is. Of course, you are going to need to have various different things to get this out on sale. So I'm going to give you some tips on how you can make this super easy. And we love Hubsy for this because this can be so quick and easy. And actually just this past weekend, I turned one of our old products, which I say old, it's been on sale, but we created it a really long time ago. And I turned it from a PDF into an interactive online tool. I used Hubsy's AI Studio to do that. Took me maybe 5 minutes for the AI to do it, and then 20 minutes for me to chat with the AI to change a few things because I just wasn't really happy with like the branding and stuff. Didn't take very long to create it at all. Then I needed to obviously create a sales page, and it's Sunday afternoon. I'm sitting in the lounge. My son's watching a Disney movie. My husband's sitting next to me. He's on his iPad. So I didn't want to put too much effort in, and we're all busy, right? So this is what AI is brilliant for, and Hubsy's AI is really, really good. So, and I know that sounds like I'm biased, but honestly, it's really, really good. So I used our funnel AI to create a sales page for it, and I literally just explained what this tool did. I had got a name from AI Studio when it created it. It gave it a name. So I'd used that. And I just told it what I wanted it to do. I explained that I wanted to use our brand colours, so I gave it the colours. I said that I wanted our buttons to be rounded. And I just explained a couple of different things, but nothing massive. And I showed it some of my previous sales pages. So it had reference points, and it created a sales page like within minutes. All I then needed to do is go and check and change the copy, make a few changes and publish it. So that whole funnel didn't take me very long at all. I then also used AI to set up the automations so I could go and deliver it to people. And I know that a lot of social media managers put off creating group offers because it's the tech of selling it and getting it into the hands of the person who's just bought it that sounds really complicated and time consuming. And let me know if that resonates, by the way. Drop into our DMs and let me know. But this is something we hear time and time again. People are like, yeah, okay, great. I want to sell this thing, but I don't know how to get it to people. Hubsy AI is set up to help you to do this. You literally open the workflows section and use the workflow AI. You just say to it, when somebody buys this thing, I want them to be sent this email with this link in it. Or I want them to have access to this course, for example, if you've set a course. And it will set up that whole automation for you. You can then go and tweak the emails if you want. Like, it will write them for you if you ask it to, but you can go and tweak them if you want. And it's done. You could literally get a group offer set up in a day if you follow this process. If you go and look at what you've already got and turn it into something that's, you know, useful and relevant to your audience. Let's not try creating brand new audiences right now, right? And go and selling it to people who are not in our audiences. If you want to create something you're going to sell to your current audience, think about what they need and what you've already got that will help them. And probably you've got stuff because you're probably working with clients who are like those people. So you're going to create something that they want. You're going to use AI or make things really easy for yourself to create a sales page, to create your thank you page, to set up like the payment system, and to go and send that automated onboarding so they get access to that thing. Literally, it could take you less than a day if you do that. If you've got questions about how specifically you can do that in Hubsy, do let me know. If you're not yet a member, and this sounds like something that would really be beneficial to you, we've put the link to the membership in the description below. So click on there and come and join the waiting list. It won't be long before we open up more spaces in the membership. Hubsy is obviously changing all the time, but we want to make sure that it can be really helpful to help you get things done in the easiest possible way. Because we are so passionate that the offer triangle is the way to run your business. We don't want you to be stuck in this retainer trap where your income is capped, where your income could go because a client decides to take things in a different way. We want to make sure that you've got other ways that you can bring in revenue when you want to, but also when you need to. When those times happen when you lose a client, we don't want you to think, oh God, I'm £1,000 down or I'm £2,000 down or whatever. We want you to think, okay, I've already got this other thing. Let me go and promote that and see if I can kind of recoup that revenue in a different way because you've already got these systems set up. So that is what Hubsy is for. And Laura and I, as I said, we are really, really keen to help you to build out these systems and build out these group offers. If you've got questions about any of this, come and drop into our DMs. We are always happy to chat about this stuff. Like, we live for this stuff. We really want to help you to make this work. So come and chat with us. We're on Instagram as the Two Lauras. I really hope this episode has been helpful because I really do want you to start thinking about how you can get a group offer out into the world. And if you've already got a group offer, maybe this episode has inspired you to go and find other things in your business so you can go and put out more group offers. Let us know that as well. And we'll see you again next time.
If you want more support, strategy and systems to run your social media business, we send exclusive content to our email list almost every day. You can sign up at thetwolauras.com/emails. And make sure to follow us on Instagram at thetwolauras and visit our website, thetwolauras.com, for more advice and support. Thank you so much for being part of our community, and we'll see you on socials.